Hello Libra, welcome to Healing Dove Tarot. Firstly, I want to give a big shout out and say thank you for all of your love and support over the last week. Some of the comments on the videos and the emails and just the thoughtfulness of people who shared their opinions and what they liked and who were there to support me and everyone else in this community. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Hola to all the newbies. We had a massive influx of new subscribers last week. We're getting so much closer to that elusive 10,000 subscribers. So welcome to everyone who's new to this channel. I've decided to keep the readings as I was doing them, so pre-shuffled, so I can keep them quick and sharp and direct to the point. However, what I am doing for the weeklies in love, as you can see, is I'm splitting singles and couples. And I've made that a conscious choice because I felt like I wasn't giving enough time to either or. Like in some it would be more of a couples directed reading, and others it would be more singles. So in this I'm hoping, even though it's a general read, that I can try and be as direct as possible with you. What else did I need to update you on? Oh, and so the other point is, if you do like the shuffle, I'm going to start be doing monthlies. So I'm going to be doing monthly summaries of what's coming up. And in those videos, I'm going to do the shuffle and the invocation and the whole process all the way through. So for those that like to see the energy pop and the cards jump out, that will be available for you for the first monthly, which will be for January 2019. And you'll be able to see that process. If you don't like it, I am going to timestamp it, so you can actually just look in the description bar and I'll tell you where the video actually starts from. Speaking of the description bar, a few of you have asked where I've gotten my cards from. This is the Starman Tarot. What I've done is, in the details below, I've gone and had a look at both the US and Australian Amazon site, and I've found the links for all of the decks that I use. So if you're wanting to purchase yourself some decks for Christmas, or maybe give them as a gift or a present, you can find the links below. Personal readings. The last day that I'm accepting personal readings for this year is the 19th of December. So you have a few more days to get in, and I do have some spots available, so please get in quickly. Otherwise, you'll have to wait until the new year because I won't be available for personal readings until the 17th of January. So 19th of December is the cutoff. For those that are interested, I am putting together some vouchers for Christmas presents. So a few of you have said, Ali, can I do vouchers? Absolutely, just email me. Finally, keep a heads up for the 21st of December, as I'm going to give a little bit of a surprise on the channel. Okay, Libra singles. You start off with the Seven of Pentacles. Patience. It's not my virtue. I don't know how you guys are doing it. Speaks about really having patience. Okay, sitting there and patiently waiting for things to kind of come in into your life. And when it comes to matters of the heart, the illustration in this card is just perfect for that. You know, it's like a little seedling. Oops, sorry. It's like a little seedling that's now growing. You can see there. And it's now grown up into this beautiful beanstalk, right? It's like, come on, make that happen, make that grow. And what's really interesting is I think that's kind of the spot that you're in. The energy this week as we come into the full moon in Cancer, and that will be on the 22nd or 23rd, depending on where you are in the world. For us in Oz, it's on the 23rd. But the energy is about completing a cycle, okay? Think back to wherever you were on the 1st of January this year, whatever was happening for you on New Year's Day, whatever happened, I know exactly where I was, that cycle is ending for you, okay? It's about closing that door and really moving on. Now, as tarot readers, we talk about that kind of stuff all the time. We talk about the invitation to let go, to close a cycle. But for you, I think it's like, it's really that time is here now. You know, you're waiting for your new rose to bloom. And I say that because you start off this week with the Princess of Swords, the Page of Swords, coupled with the Prince of Pentacles. So you have a lot of sword energy in your reading, Libra, which is not surprising, it's your sign. But I really feel this is like, maybe you're getting the clarity, maybe you get the thought to be able to make considered action. This is a card, it's the Knight of Pentacles, right? So it could be that you're dealing with a younger earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and you actually now have the clarity it is because it's grounded by the Knight of Swords, to quickly tell this person how you feel. If that is resonating for you, there's just a bit of a message here, and it's for a small number of you to act on that quickly, because I feel like that person, whoever it is that's kind of made you an offer or asked you out on a date or done something, there could be, it's showing me moving away from you. So if there is an earth sign that has potentially asked you out and you're kind of sitting on the fence about it, you're kind of pondering and being patient and thinking about it, or maybe it's vice versa, just jump on that, okay? Because I see that energy moving away, which might not be a bad thing. But I think it's really you getting the clarity that you need in order to have a forward movement, motion or momentum with someone else. Now Libra, as you get to the weekend, I have the Nine of Swords coupled with the Ace of Swords, sorry, not 8. So this for me makes a 10, right? And I'm pretty big into numerology. If you follow my channel, you know that. I'll talk about numbers all the time. But for me, it's really about completing that cycle. You know, being patient and knowing that you've got to go through a few stages in order to have new love coming in. Nine of Swords is a card that by itself can speak about anxiety and being kind of like mentally struck. In traditional tarot, it shows this guy that's literally like sitting up in his bed and there's all these swords above him. It's like, you know, when you wake up from a nightmare and it literally jolts you out of your sleep and you're like, oh, what's going on? You know, because you're thinking and worrying about things. But again, you've got the Ace here, the Ace of Swords, this sword of truth, of clarity coming in to tell you exactly what's going on. And what's interesting is that you've got the Two of Swords underneath it. So, you know, Two of Swords and any kind of two speak about two options, two things, two paths, two journeys. But I really feel like this is, it's you standing between your past and your future. You know, I talked about the fact that we're ending this cycle, all of us are ending this cycle with the full moon coming in Cancer. And this card, have a look at this illustration of this card, it's so incredible. Do you see how it's like she's split in two? Yeah, you're no longer the person that you were, Libra, especially if you're single. I feel like whatever's going on this year, whether you're newly single and you're just kind of subbing in and having a look at what's going on, or whether you've been single for quite some time, the energy of this week is still the same, okay? It applies to both of you. It's about having the patience to do the work that you need to do in order to actually get the clarity you need to draw in new love. Because at the center of your reading, you have the Hanged Man, which is normally a card of illumination, right? Seeing things with a different perspective, but you have it in the reverse. So it's like you're blocking that, you're not willing. Maybe you're being a little bit stubborn. Maybe a bit of Taurian energy coming in there for you. Maybe a Taurus is quite prevalent. Now, what's interesting is although there's a lot of energy here that speaks about angst and anxiety and overwhelm is the good word, I feel like it's really just a week of preparing you for what's to come, okay? Now, look, I remember your last reading last week was divinely guided, yeah. Divinely guided love coming in, and for singles specifically, it's like this is the final step that you need to make in order to have that closure, to get to that Ten of Swords, to complete that karmic cycle. Because as you get to the week of Christmas, I have this beautiful combination. I have the Prince of Cups, so the Knight of Cups, and the Emperor. The Knight of Cups by itself speaks about an offer, right? Someone coming in with an offer of love. Doesn't have to be that blazing though. It could be you giving your cup of love, just making that conscious choice to actually give your cup of love to someone. What's interesting though is that if you have a look at the body language, this guy's kind of facing away. So I feel like this is the card of the Emperor and Aries. So I feel like maybe you're walking away from an Aries, or maybe you're not quite ready to make that commitment to an Aries just yet. Could also be a boss or someone that's quite a leader in their field. The Emperor is someone that's like really quite established. Yeah, but unless you do the work to actually like shed the old and begin the new, like to look at that, she's shedding her skin, literally. It's like, what does it remind me of? I was thinking of a snake shedding skin, but that wasn't it. What's the sea creature where they have the shells in their back and then they're crawling along and then eventually they grow too big and they have to go find another one? It's like a crab, right? Is it a crab? Oh, I can't think of it. Please tell me right below. I'm having that mental blank. But it's exactly like that. It's like needing to find the inner strength and the illumination to figure out who you are so that you can be ready for this love that's coming in. And I know you're patient in doing this, Libra. You know, the beautiful quality of your sign is that you really want reciprocity for everyone involved. And for some of you, it could just be that you're still dealing with a little bit of hurt and pain from stuff that's happened in the past, and you're not quite ready for that new beginning yet, you know? You've still got a little bit of angst and stuff that you need to deal with. This is your week to deal with that, okay? It's the best way I can describe this is you're clearing house to make way for the new. Can you please have some additional guidance for single Libras from the 17th to the 23rd? Please show me additional guidance for single Libras, 17th to 23rd. What do they need to know? Please show me. Oh. Just one card, please, Eddie. Thank you. 5 of Swords, win or lose. Yeah, crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So, it's funny, more sword energy, more mental stuff. Let it go. Disagreement, ego, detach, love are the keywords for this card. Often in matters of the heart, people find themselves in a disagreement, set against one another in a battle of wills. Ego takes the place of intellect. Greed overtakes generosity. The love in the relationship is forgotten in the desire to win. But where there's a winner, there's also a loser. The partners are no longer equals and the relationship can falter or completely break down. At this time, be cautious about letting your ego trick you into acting in your own self-interest, especially at someone else's expense. If another person is trying to provoke you, do your best to remain detached. Solve disagreements in a way that makes everyone a winner. Find the middle ground where each person yields just a bit, but just enough. Let love be your guide in dealing with conflicts around matters of the heart. In the end, it's not winning that matters, it's the love. I hope you found this reading helpful. If you did, please hit the like button and I'll be back with you next week. Take care.